my name is Anna from Banda Ukuleles, and today I'll be helping you through your ukulele learning experience. In this video, I'll be teaching you about chord diagrams and how to read chords. Learning about chord diagrams will help you prepare for our next video, which is about major and minor chords. So a chord diagram teaches you where to put your fingers on the ukulele to play a chord. Basically, it looks like a ukulele that's standing up when you look straight at it. And as you can see here, the top thick horizontal line is the nut. And right below the nut, the horizontal spaces represent the frets, while the thinner horizontal lines are separating them. And usually, the chord diagram represents the top 5 frets. So the vertical lines represent the 4 strings of the ukulele, and starting from the very left is the G string, and consecutively to the right is the C string, E string, and A string. So the dots on the diagram represent where you'll put your fingers on your ukulele. So if you see the dot on the far right line between the 3rd and 4th horizontal lines, it means that you'll put your finger on the A string of the 3rd fret. So the circles that you see on the top represents open strings. It means that you don't press your finger down anywhere on that string. If you see a chord diagram with an X on top like this, it means that you don't strum that string at all. So the numbers that you see inside the dot represents the fingers that you'll be using. Number 1 represents the index finger of your chord hand, 2 for your middle finger, 3 for your ring finger, and 4 for your little finger. When you look at a chord diagram, think of it as a mirrored image. Or you can also think of it as you're looking through the neck of your ukulele. Now, let's practice reading some chords together. We'll first start with the G chord. As you can see in the diagram, we'll be putting our first finger on the C string of the 2nd fret, our second finger on the A string still on the 2nd fret, last, our third finger on the E string of the 3rd fret. Awesome! Now let's try strumming it. Next, let's try the B chord. This may be a little bit tricky, but we'll go through it together. If you see the diagram, you'll have to put your first finger on 2 strings at the same time. Watch carefully and you'll see how you can do it. So you press your first finger on both E and A strings on the 2nd fret. Next, you put your second finger on the C string on the 3rd fret. Lastly, you need to put your third finger on the G string on the 4th fret. Awesome! Good job! We'll try reading one last chord. Let's try playing the A flat. As you can see on the diagram, you'll see that you'll be using 4 of your fingers. First, we put our first finger on the C string of the 2nd fret. Next, we put our second finger on the A string still on the 2nd fret. Third, we put our third finger on the E string of the 3rd fret, so it looked like a G chord. But lastly, we'll put our 4th finger on the G string of the 4th fret. Good job! To recap what we learned today, we learned about how to read chord diagrams. We also learned about the numbers that represents your fingers. We even got to try reading a few chords. In my next video, I'll be teaching you about the most commonly used major and minor chords. What you learned today will be so helpful for our next video. I'll see you there!